All right, so I was just scrolling through my Facebook this evening, and I saw this post on my wall, and I really feel sorry for this family. Okay, I really do feel sorry for this family. You see, the way things are going in Nigeria right now, anyone that wants to leave the country is by all means encouraged to do so if you can afford it. However, if you have been following the current trend in the UK and the situation around immigration and the uncertainty around immigrations in the UK right now, I don't think that if that you would encourage, you want to advise anyone to move to the UK at the moment. Selling your house for 60 million naira and wanting to move abroad is okay, but there are a couple of countries that have a very certain immigration laws, you know. But at the moment, UK immigration system is very unpredictable. And about a couple of days ago, we heard the Home Secretary rolling out some changes that have been proposed, where you have to stay in the country for 10 years before you can get um, your permanent residence. It's a proposal anyway that hasn't gone through all the required procedures. But that should send a signal that the UK is not the right country you want to come to at the moment. It's sad I'm saying this, especially if you're coming in as a student who is, because for that man to have sold his properties and moved to the UK, he's apparently think with his family. Apparently, he's thinking of staying back. Trying to establish himself. I don't know the confidence he has, and I also don't know his experience. Coming here to start as a student, 60 million naira is not a big money in the UK. Just when you're coming as a student, if we just cap it at 2,000 naira to a pound, that money goes down to 30,000 pounds. Your tuition fee will take half of that money. Your tuition fee alone, if you are coming for a master's, will take half of that money. And you have 15,000 pounds to cut out for a family of four. You're living in a house of 750 pounds. I don't know how old those kids are, but if they are not up to 18, that means if at least one of them is not up to 18, that means while you're studying and probably working 20 hours per week, your wife have to be at home taking care of those kids, or possibly going for night shift when you're at home, which means you have to babysit the kids as well. The next day you're going to school or probably going to 20 hours a week work. It is not a good decision, honestly. If you ask me, it's not a wise one. You could have thought of other countries to go there first, start yourself, establish yourself to an extent. If you still want to move to the UK, or when the UK have put, when the immigration pathway and laws are clear, you can decide to move to the UK. Moving right now, if I have any family member who is thinking of moving to the UK, I would tell him either stay put first if you really want to come to the UK until we are sure of what is going on with immigration in the UK, or I will tell you go to somewhere else, start up there, and if you really want to come to the UK when things are a bit certain and clear, and you're sure of what is happening, and if you want to come, then you can come. If he had moved maybe under maybe global talent visa or as for a job as a skilled worker, that would have been different because any company that want to sponsor you from abroad to come here, or they understand that these changes may be coming and they should be ready to continue that sponsorship until you get to that what settlement status, settled status. You understand? I don't know how old he is. Imagine for a man of two, he would already took it. If it's not already over 30, he should be close to 30. So add 10 years to that time. I don't know how, because right now the salary threshold for sponsorship has gone up. So a lot of companies are not willing to sponsor people, give sponsorship to people. And if you're coming here thinking at some point you can switch to what do you call it, to visa, that means you'll be looking at the possibility of staying in the UK under visa for 15 years before you'll be granted what do you call it? You'll be granted the IR, and of course, reform is threatening to even stop indefinitely to remain permanently. So there are a lot of uncertainty around the UK. I would, if I have such a person asking for my advice, I would say look at other countries at the moment. Unfortunately, I'm saying this, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Until the pathway is clear, until we know what is going on, uh, even those who are already here are scared. People are edgy. People are anxious because of what is happening. with the proposal by the Labour government, and even the worst one by the reform. People don't know what is going on or what will happen next and stuff like that. So if people that are here are already worried about it, praying very hard for God to intervene or for things not to go the way they are saying or for it to be delayed and stuff like that, then imagine you coming in here newly to start this journey all together. Restarting your life in the first place is a very difficult one, and going to a place where there's a lot of uncertainty in the immigration status in immigration makes it even worse. That is the truth. Makes it worse. Well, if they're already here, I wish them luck. I just hope that they have something else to fall back to or go back to if things don't go the way the things will go. Because even the post study work visa that's one of the attraction for students is being reduced from January 2026 or 2027 or so. We will reduce to 1 year, 1.5 year, 18 months from 24 months, 2 years. So there's not a lot of incentives to encourage people to come to the UK at the moment, honestly. I think what I would advise is stay back, just look at these changes that they are proposing and see how it ends. If it goes on, if the changes go through, then you should be looking at other places. If it doesn't go through and then the conditions are still favorable, or if you want to try, then by all means you can try. But personally, I don't think it's a good decision, honestly. That's just my thought, my thinking. That's my views. Okay, everybody's entitled to his, and everybody has the right to do whatever they want to do. It's their life. I believe for him to have made that decision, he would have made his research. Who knows? He may have been informed. Who knows? Or probably maybe he would have been told, but he would think like the people that are here don't want him to come over, like a lot of Nigerians think, you know. But all the same, I wish him and his family good luck.